Dragon.
This is Electra's litter. Now, Electra is a dark charcoal silver girl, and the dad is a light charcoal silver stud named Zorro. So naturally, you're gonna have lots and lots of silver charcoals. All of the entire litter is actually charcoals. We have 2 brown charcoals, and the rest are silver charcoals. I named this group off of white and black colored flowers. So, but even though, like, for example, the iris is many different colors, the specific black iris I'm referring to is called Before the Storm. So each one is a specific, this is off of a specific type. So here's Iris. Iris is our silver charcoal girl. And you can see right now they're only 4 weeks old. So they're still definitely fuzzy stage. They will lighten up. But I mean, this one does look like more like a smoke, where you're talking like a silver panther almost. So black on black. They're very similar to a full panther, but with a silver panther, you can see the rosettes more. With a regular panther, you don't see the rosettes as much. So I think the biggest reason why you can tell it's not a smoke is because of the face. You can see the mascara markings on the face. With a smoke or a panther, this face would still be black. So just a really, really, really dark charcoal. But if you like the smoke color, you like seeing the rosettes more, and yet still look very panther-like, this is the one for you. Okay, the next one is Tulip. Tulip here, you can see the pattern much more white, more contrast. You see the rosettes more. Oh, man. These guys are used to being with mommy. It took them away from mommy. Some of them were actually still nursing. But I'm like, nope, picture time. Show off time. See, look at those beautiful, I mean, those are well spaced out. I love it. You can see that white on the face with that, look at that dark mask, that charcoal mask all over. Up the bridge. We love that when you pet them like that. Oh yeah. So that one right there is Tulip. We'll have professional photos and video again here soon. Here's Dahlia. Who doesn't know about the black dahlia? Look how gorgeous this is. I have to say, Dahlia's probably got one of the lightest and whitest backgrounds compared to her beautiful, beautiful rosettes. Well spaced again. Down the back, you can actually see she's got very minimal cape. You can actually see the rosettes breaking up a lot more down the back. So unlike her other darker counterparts, you can definitely see a whole lot more. She actually resembles more of a regular silver because of that. You know, the mask is definitely a lighter mask for sure. So for sure, a lighter charcoal. And of course, I don't know if you're familiar with genetics, but a dark charcoal genetics is APBA, also known as the ALC agouti gene, paired with the non-agouti gene. The non-agouti gene being the gene used to create panthers. That's what actually makes them darker, is that panther gene added on. A light charcoal being APB. So 2 ALC agouti genes paired together. So the lack of the panther gene means that they are lighter. Now we can do Snapdragon. Snapdragons are only male. He is surrounded by girls. He can really feel different now. He's the minority. He's the minority. He's got no power. So you can take a look at his background. Look at that. Gorgeous. Well spaced. Again, rosettes. You can actually see where it's starting to get lighter too. I imagine Snapdragon's probably a light charcoal as well. No rib bars either. High quality. Beautiful mask on that face. The nice dark mask is great to get that eyes to pop. And of course, we don't know if those eyes are going to be green or if they're going to be gold because their eyes haven't changed color yet. That's why all of them have blue eyes. They will not keep the blue eyes. The only Bengal color that does keep the blue eyes is the lynx. There is that nice... I love how well spaced out these rosettes are too. I think that the wide spacing does a great job making each individual rosette pop more. as opposed to being more closely spaced together, and then it's a more busy pattern. Some people do prefer more closely spaced rosettes. This is Lily. Lily is the smallest one out of the group. She's definitely what I would like to call a pocket size kitty. And you can see her rosettes. I think she's probably more of a dark charcoal. She's a baby. She's the baby of the group. So we'll be giving her lots more affection and love and attention just because she's so tiny. I mean, who doesn't like the tiny ones? Am I missing anyone? I did Iris. Iris is dark charcoal right here. I did Tulip, I believe. Oh, Petunia. Petunia's sleeping back here. Petunia. Petunia is, by the way, a brown charcoal. Oh, and Lily's a brown charcoal too. So Lily, in addition to being tiny, the reason why she's a brown charcoal is if you look at her face, you can actually see some of the brown on her face. Her face doesn't have like the white that you see the other ones have. And you can see like the insides is more gray. So here's Petunia. Petunia, you're so tired, aren't you? I woke you up. You can see the brown. If you were to compare it, let's say, you can definitely see how there's white on this one's face and that this one's brown. So when you put them side by side, you definitely could see it more, what I'm referring to as the brown charcoal. But I mean, as far as the sides go, you're not going to see too much brown in here until they get older. And then there will be more brown. So this area inside, what we like to call acreage between the rosettes, will become more brown over time. Whereas the silver ones will become more white over time. They're always the darkest when they're kittens, and their pattern tends to lighten up a little bit more and definitely become more defined as they get older. They're in the we call this the ugly duckling fuzzy stage. This is when their pelts is immature and young. When they become the adult mature pelt, it becomes crisp, clear, defined, silky, soft, velvety. Right now they're just fuzzies. And that's the sneak peek.